Listeners, extreme advisory on this one. This is not an appropriate episode for children or parents or grandparents or anybody that you don't want to talk about intimate subjects with. You have been advised.
Eventually you get absorbed in, and you are Sonic.
Greetings, listeners, and welcome to No Repeat. It's a podcast where we pick 3 songs every week, with no repeats and no do-overs, to create a perfect playlist for a special occasion in your life. Joining me are my co-hosts, Tyler Reed.
Hey, you can't see this, but I'm aggressively raising my eyebrows.
And Sean Evans.
As Gwen Stefani once said, hey baby, hey.
So this is a bit of an emergency episode this week. We had a whole nother challenge planned, but then, as many of you probably know, the internet caught fire with the story of one man and his ill-fated playlist. And we, as semi-professional playlist curators, felt like our expertise was needed. And so I have brought to the guys this dilemma presented by Reddit user tylerlife.
Which is, to be clear, not me.
To be clear, not Tyler Reed.
You can find me as Sneezy Panda on Reddit.
We're going to walk through Tyler Life's problem, and then we're going to figure out if we have a solution for him. That's right. We're talking about the Hudson Mohawk story. Now, I want to get a quick yes, no on this. I understand what's happening here. Tyler, do you understand what's happening here?
Yes, and more.
Sean, do you?
No, I have no idea what's happening here.
Perfect. So we're going to make you read it out loud.
Oh, good. Finally, my second grade nightmare comes true.
Sean's favorite thing. He's always talking about how much he loves to read things aloud.
Oh, okay. You want me to read all this?
Yes.
Okay.
It's important for context that you read every bit of it.
All right, okay. So, TIFU, my 20...
That's Today I Fucked Up.
Okay, all right. I actually didn't know what that stood for. That's good. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So today I fucked up my 20 female, it's in parentheses here, girlfriend of 2 years told me the music that I, a 25-year-old male, play during sex is weird and a major turnoff. Okay? So that's the headline. So the next paragraph, this is what follows. Yeah. So a little backstory. When I first started having sex, I researched into ways to be better as I was a little stiff and pretty much had no idea what I was doing. I read online that you can play music and match the rhythm in order to put on a better performance. I searched love-making songs and started to slowly create a playlist in which I was comfortable matching the rhythm. Oh, God. All right. Yeah.
You see now why I said you had to read the whole thing. It keeps going after that.
So there are a few songs on my playlist. However, there is one song in particular which actually happens to be my favorite, that my girlfriend hates and says turns her off in a major way. Let me put into context here that favorite is spelled in like English, the UK English with an E. Yeah. So in this next paragraph, I don't understand why it has taken her 2 years to tell me she hates that song. It's a good love-making song with a good rhythm. I feel the way I fucked up is I could have possibly asked her previously if she likes the playlist or any songs she'd like to add or change. But to leave it for 2 years thinking our sex life is great, but in her eyes has just been ruined by my music, has left the whole situation feeling awkward, and I'm a bit annoyed. All right. Oh, God.
And so that's like page 1, right? And you're like, okay,
right.
I understand where this person's coming from. I feel sympathy for this person.
But then you scroll down further and you get the rest of the post.
Okay, so this is the second half of the post. Just to fill everybody in, and remind everybody, I am blind reading this. Like, I I have no idea what I'm about to read. So, next paragraph. I pretty much played this tune every single time, so the amount of times that she must not have been enjoying it when I thought the complete opposite is annoying but also embarrassing in ways. Not to mention my previous partners, however, they never complained about the song, so maybe that's just her. It's fucked up, the relationship, to be honest, because sex feels awkward now. The other day we were having sex with no music, but I was still thrusting to the tune playing in my head. She recognized this and asked me to stop. All I can think of it's "Staying Alive" by Oh, okay, all right. So,
oh, it's so much better than that, but you have to keep reading. There's one more paragraph.
Continuing. I thought this song was perfect, and I always thrust along with the tune, and feel it gives me the perfect rhythm for doing the deed too. I usually bust into this song and find it devastating. She hates, and then it says TLDR. She hates my love making tunes and didn't tell me for over 2 years, making sex now awkward.
Now this is horrifying, right? Like, this is, I think for most people, this is like, they think like they're gonna have to like break up, right? Like, there's no way. Like, this is a critical error somehow.
So both of you know the song, and I do not know this song, and I just I made an attempt to guess what it was, right? And something tells me that there's something about the tempo of this song makes it unique. I just wonder if you have to know it in order to... Oh my god, it's not Jump On It, is it?
No, but that would be hilarious.
but would I... You know, that doesn't seem bad.
I'm just trying to think, songs that have, very specific beats. Unless is it Macarena?
I Macarena. It is also not Come On and Ride It, the Train. This is like the challenge from hell for us. And I definitely had this feeling at some point in my life where like a song came on and I was like, no. Siri, skip. Like, not appropriate for this activity.
And you're like, haha, that's funny. And you have a laugh about it. And then you go back to what you're doing, right? You're like, no big deal. It's fine.
But never in my life have I doubled down on any song in the moment, let alone to make it your personal theme song.
Yeah.
I don't know. Tyler, do you think he's ready?
I sure hope so. I don't know if anything could prepare Sean for what he's about to discover.
All right, listeners, Sean, here it is, the song itself.
So ultimately I have more questions now, which is like,
as you should.
What's the beat that you're...
There's no rhythm that makes this acceptable. It's been an amazing TikTok trend all week as people try to mime what they imagine the rhythm is, and it's always bad. Oh, it's always so
I
bad.
just want to...
It doesn't get better either. You're like, yeah, this is just
terrible.
one part. But it's like a 3-minute song, and I'm like over a minute and a half in, and it's like,
this song sucks.
This is the thing.
There's nothing sexy about this song at all.
Not even okay. So 2011. Take yourself back. Remember, you put yourself back in that younger place. You're in early college or mid college. You know, you went to maybe like an EDM show.
No.
No?
I like to think that there are a lot of valid responses to any challenge. This is not a valid response. And you can tell from all of the people on TikTok who are trying and failing to figure this out.
Poor girl.
It's not like even like consistent. Like you gotta. It like goes to like a completely different place. It doesn't, you know, like.
Listeners, I will post a compilation of TikToks in the show notes for you. It's just, all of them are so ridiculous. This is not a song to do that to. It's super, super not.
You know, like, what the grossest part about that, reading that whole thing was? It not so much that he was like, my new girlfriend has figured it out, but the fact that he's like been using this playlist for a long time.
For a long time. And no one said anything.
No, it's not even that. It's like, man, change it up. Like, all of your lovers are different. Why are you, like, roboting all these girls?
I mean, that's fair. You know, not all of us are taste makers and playlist makers, you know? We're professionals. We've been doing this for almost 200 episodes, Sean. Yeah, you don't get good at making playlists, you know, just all willy-nilly. Just one day you decide to make a playlist. You gotta think about it.
Well,
yeah, I mean, I feel like he could really use our services.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Don't. If you know who this person is and you got this, do not put them towards us.
Okay, so there are clearly a lot of problems here. To say the least.
Yeah, a couple.
Start to finish, just a mess.
Without getting too deep into our own bedrooms, do you listen to music during intimate times with partners?
Oh yeah, baby. Come on.
No.
I think it adds some extra fun little element. I feel like...
Are you sure this isn't you?
I promise. I promise. I feel like this adds another layer of like fun and sexiness. I feel like because especially if you like resonate with a similar kind of music, I feel like it can really enhance the activity. I feel like you can really, you know, and you can also like drown out dumb sounds that are kind of around you. Kind of feels like you're in like a bubble. Kind of feel like you're in your own little space. You're in your own world. You can kind of like focus on what's kind of going on.
Sean, music in the bedroom?
No.
Never?
No.
He says, I don't need a metronome.
He used to be a drummer, folks. He doesn't need it.
I don't have anything to say to anybody there.
He has a natural rhythm.
Yeah.
I would say probably 50-50 for me. It's more a question of, you know, is this part of a larger romantic evening? Has there been consideration put into all of that? Or is it just a spur of the moment thing? In which case, probably not. But, you know, sometimes yes, sometimes no. However,
so you got to build a playlist. Like our list, like our person here. It's not a terrible idea because you just have something ready to go.
Okay, so this is key. Yes, it is important to have a playlist because you don't want to put your iPod on shuffle and accidentally get something absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, your Baby Shark parody song that you thought was funny like 10 years ago.
Or like a Disney song. Or, I don't know, Landslide by the Chicks.
Your whale sounds for your ASMR for going to bed, or your white noise for going to bed.
Or ska, for example.
The Phantom of the Scopper's coming, and you're not going to be prepared for it, Taylor. I don't know what you're talking about.
Tyler, I swear to God, if you listen to Less Than Jake in the Bedroom, we're going to have an intervention.
It has not happened. To my knowledge, I don't think so. I don't think so.
That might be worse than Seabat by Hudson Mohawk.
That's not true. That's a lie. Don't you ever come for Less Than Jake like that ever again. I'm pretty sure that's the meanest thing you've ever said about anything in your life.
I'm just saying, if you can skank to it, you probably can't skank to it.
So you should skate to it.
He just has a running loop of their cover of "Mommy's All Right, Daddy's All Right," just going for like the whole time.
He's all about that surrender.
Oh, that's right, surrender.
Well, don't listen. We don't need to discuss my proclivities. Okay, that's.
Tyler's not on trial yet.
As OP specifically said, this is a challenge about rhythm.
Rhythm.
We're not here to talk about any particular actions or genders or anything like that. We're just talking about desirable rhythms. So,
and I mean, put you in a place is. I mean, that's like
bonus
anything
points.
Past that is bonus.
Yeah. So, I'm not going to ask you like what is your desired BPM because that would be a ridiculous question. But having a cursory listen to all of our songs, I think we're all solidly mid-tempo. Marathon, not a sprint, you could say.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, we're not going to through the fire and the flames this, you know?
No, not at all.
Dragon Force Your Way to Love Success. It's my upcoming book on... A
Metalhead's Guide to Love.
Yeah, I watched a documentary on the grind genre the other day. Yeah, that's like rabbit level music right there.
Yeah, you might hurt somebody.
Yeah.
And I think that's the hard part here, right? Like, you got to toe that line between too slow, too fast, and too polyrhythmic and Hudson Mohawk.
I mean, well, okay, so separately, you could say you can have a mood music that's not a thrustable song. You know, you don't have to. You want to experience the full spectrum of emotions by listening to a post-rock album. You could do that. That's fine.
Yeah, no, I think that's totally fine. But the challenge specifically was a rhythm that is appropriate for this activity.
Mm-hmm.
And in the post, he repeatedly uses the phrase "love making," which definitely has a connotation that song does not fit.
No, totally. There's making.
Yeah, there are other verbs that we could use for that, but it is not love. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what they were getting up to. I'm sure there's some...
It clearly wasn't working, whatever it was. But listen, we're not here to drag somebody down. This is a learning experience.
Yeah, we've already done that for like 15 minutes, so...
We're here to help. We're here to help. We're experts. We're here to help. So, we have 3 songs. Each of us picked one. And because this is kind of an emergency episode, we haven't had the full time to react to these, so you're getting us raw here. This is, maybe 30 seconds of listening to each one, so just be prepared for some true hot takes here.
And so if you like this format, let us know, and then we'll do every single challenge this way from here on out.
Oh Lord, I hope not. All right, who wants to go first? Who feels like they have the rhythm in their heart?
I'll go first. I got it. I have the rhythm in my heart. So this week I chose All My Life by Casey and JoJo.
Said I promised to never fall in love with a stranger. You're all I'm thinking of. I praise the Lord above for sending me love. I cherish every hug. I really love you. Baby, I pray for someone like you. And I think of
So for all those 90s heads out there, you are probably very familiar with this song. I remember hearing this a lot during my childhood. It was a pretty good pop song. And, when you're challenged in a matter of 5 minutes to pick a song where you know that you're going to be judged for the rest of your life on what your rhythm is, if you know what I mean, you want to make sure it's pretty good. And I thought this is kind of a pretty, lovable song that has lots of different beats in it, and you could easily pick this up. Tyler, not you, Tyler, but Tyler, you know who we're talking about.
The Royal Tyler, I understand.
Right, yeah. If you're a Tyler out there and you need to look for some playlists, I'm going to recommend this one to you. It's got that like sweet soul feeling. It's got a pretty, solid backbeat. It's got a good tempo for that sweet lovin'. And that's why I wanted to put it on here, because it's got a lot. And it has a triangle, which that might have been what made the that Mohawk song really connect. So I'm going to make sure you got everything.
I'm glad you said that, because I wanted to do a similar thing. I feel like this person, the Royal Tyler, Reddit user tylerlife, they were clearly drawn to something in that Hudson Mohawk song about, like, there's a main beat and a backbeat of some kind, but they're not straightforward enough to be considered a rhythm, particularly not a love-making rhythm, as he is so eloquently put it in his Reddit post. This right here, this is that. This is an all-time classic slow jam. I mean, one of the seminal slow jams of the period. And I think you're right, Sean. I think you've got a nice, like, 2/4 beat, but then it's also got a really good 1 and 3 backbeat. It's got a little bit of subdivision on the triangle. So if you wanted to vary things up a little bit, there are elements of the song that could allow you to do that without going into some weird 3/4 time signature thing that was happening in this Hudson Mohawk song.
What is the most pleasurable time signature?
Hey, to each their own. I'm just saying, pick one and stick to it. This is not the Mars Volta. We don't need it to be that complicated.
I love your thought process for this, and I feel like this challenge perfectly probably encapsulated an experience we probably all go through, where it's like we gotta grab the iPod, our 120 gig iPod, we gotta throw it on our docker, and then we gotta get to work. You don't have time to like pick the perfect song. This is in the moment. You're making a decision, snap judgment. You're like, boy, I sure hope this is the song that they're gonna like. And you're like, you know what? Kind of like a love ballad, pretty good. It's like, I feel like it's a very. There's no way it's gonna be inappropriate. It is literally about the subject matter, and you're like, well, I mean, I didn't read the lyrics, so I don't know, but presumably. So, and I feel like this song, like Taylor said, definitely has a good tempo, a correct tempo, and enough kind of like wiggle room to kind of work with it a little bit.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think this is good. I think for a snap pick, perfect. I would not expect this out of you, Sean, but you know what? I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Well, I guess I will go next, if that's all right.
Sure.
This week I chose I Like That by Janelle Monáe. We've had Janelle on here before. We had more of the poppy Janelle. This song, I feel like, fits right next to Sean's song because it's kind of a late 2010s interpretation of the slow jam. She's clearly influenced by the kinds of things that we were hearing on that last track. But it's got a little bit of a trap element to it, which I feel like is up OP's alley. They were very drum focused in their Hudson Mohawk pick, just a little bit off base. This feels a little more conventional, a little bit easier, Again, you have a standard beat, a standard 4/4 drum pattern, but that trap hi-hat, it gives you some room. It allows you to experiment a little bit if you feel like it, or just stick to the basic beat of this song. I also like that the song is basically about what we're talking about. Like, it is a sexy, sexy song. Got lots of ethereal background vocals here. And there's something really cool about the way the drums drop out on the chorus. And you just get the vocal. So you can kind of have like a moment there to like break rhythm. And then get back into it. I feel like we're still playing in this space that OP has created here. But we're reining it in a little bit. We're saying, okay, buddy, like, it ain't just about you. There's somebody else in the room here, and you need to be attentive to the fact that they may not be on your musical level. If we want to call whatever it was you were doing a musical level. But this, I feel like, more acceptable.
This is one of those, like, hot and humid love songs right here.
Ooh.
Yes. This is a
like,
summer night love song.
Yeah, one of those, like, dripping sweat love sessions right here. It's like a little... This is not a family-friendly song. This is like a real... I might need to play some music.
Might need to play some music, Sean.
Yes. I can neither confirm nor deny that this is on a playlist on my phone.
There you go.
Slow dance the romance. That's what it's.
Yeah. No, this is hot as hell. It's good. I feel like the like sort of like the trap triplets. I was like, this might be a lot, but
you don't gotta hit every single one of those.
You don't gotta hit every single one of them.
I would be concerned if you did.
I'd be concerned if you did. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel like there is a I feel like I'm already gonna be like, I'm already in love with Janelle Monáe's like vocals. Just like already good. It's already feels angelic, feels ethereal, feels like it's gonna take me to another place. It makes it feel good. But like the drums, like that drum beat, I'm gonna bring it back again. But I'm just like, that drum beat gives it that stank, gives it that dirt, gives it a little bit of like, a little bit of that sexiness that it kind of needs. And like you said, the choral element really feels like it takes you to the place there too. Feels like, I feel like, I think for this specific instance, I think it works really well. They feel almost like sort of opposite styles, but like, I think it works. It's good. Also hot.
All right, Tyler, that just leaves you. Lay it on us.
This week, I chose Pressure by Ari Lennox.
Texting me, you know I won't reply. Why you ain't fuck with me when I wasn't this fly? Now I'm on top and now I'm riding sky high. Don't need nobody, but I'll take you down tonight. And now I'm okay with being nasty. Too fucking hot for all these flaws anyway. My body dripping, but you gon' have to pay. But when you get it, lick it like a candy cane. Keep your eyes on me apply.
This song came across my desk apparently last year. And I've been trying to get it on this playlist for such a long time because it's just so instantly a classic, a hit. Because I don't know, it feels so sweet but so saucy. Feels a little it's a little dirty. You're like, ooh, but it has like a sort of really nice sort of it's sort of like, it feels like it plays a little bit, it feels a little innocent, feels a little dirty. It feels like it's kind of really toes that line that you kind of where it's sort of like you're having fun, a little flirty, and I feel like that really like makes it good for, I think, for this challenge, because kind of like we were talking about, it's like, so, like, you're allowed to like laugh like a little bit, you're allowed to have a little bit of fun. Like if a song's like kind of like gonna make you like giggle, well, that's good, but and I feel like thinking about it, in my mind's eye, thinking about the beat as per this challenge, I feel like there's like two different modes. One mode that's like a little too fast, and one that
I'm gonna say, are you backbeating this song? Or are you on beating this song? Because
it depends. It depends on the part of the night that we're at, I suppose.
We should say Sean and I are in committed monogamous relationships. Tyler's out there playing the field, so
I'm trying.
He can afford to be a little saucier.
Yeah, I feel like there's two different modes for the song, and I feel like you can maybe do both at the same time.
You can choose your own adventure, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I just love this song, and I was like, what a great time to get this on the playlist.
Yeah, I adore this song. This is the first time I've ever heard it, and I'm so into it. It feels like the synthesis of like the 90s slow jam that Sean picked, and like a 60s Motown girl group, like very like Martha and the Vandellas, or even a little bit like Diana Ross and the Supremes. Like, those background vocals are just so Phil Spector. Like, they're cute, but it's on this real deep, low, sexy bass line that would have never flown in the Motown era. And I think that makes it kind of fun. Like, I'm into this. I feel like rhythmically, you're in the right place. You know, BPM is in a solidly acceptable range. And there's something about getting some, like, diva vocalizing on a track to just set the mood or keep the mood going. So, yeah, I dig it.
I agree with what Taylor said. I like that it's a little more up-tempo. It's still, like, it doesn't feel necessarily like a hot, like, it doesn't just give that immediate, like, hot lovin' vibe.
Right.
Like, it's like a nice change of pace.
It's a good starter.
Yeah, I respect that.
Bingo. Good starter, maybe not a finisher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, lyrics hot as hell. Keep your eyes on me, apply the pressure. Don't be timid.
Well, with that, the more you know. B-sides. Anybody got some notable B-sides?
Do we have them?
I definitely do.
Okay, all right. You're ready with them.
I had I Like It by Moby, Baby by Brittany Howard, Angel Baby by Troye Sivan, which is just a little too slow. And then, I mean, come on. We have to acknowledge the elephant in the room. Let's Get It On by Al Green. That whole album is the rhythm.
Can't Wait Forever, Friendly Fires. Legs by Durando. Cherry by Magdalena Bay.
So I had Usher's You Got It Bad, and then I have two people actually did this song in different genres, but I Swear by All For One, if you're the last time a quartet might have been even close to the pop charts. And then John Michael Montgomery, the country singer, also did a version of I Swear. And I'm just saying, that's kind of a sexy classic song. I don't know why I went back to like 90s music immediately to figure that out, like what was going to happen. But, you know, I don't know. Sometimes it's just some sweet jams.
No, I'm with you. The classics are classic for a reason.
90s are back, baby.
Well, Tyler, if people want tips on their rhythm, where can they get them from you?
Hey, everybody. You can find me at design illustration work at rudepets.club. As always, you can find me on socials as Rude Pets Club on Instagram and Twitter.
Sean, if people want to make the case for music in the bedroom to you, where can they do that?
You can find me at TellySean on Instagram.
See, he's like the human metronome. And if you want some pointers from me, you can find me on the socials at TC Olmstead. Seriously, love and respect to Reddit user tylerlife.
Hope you're doing all right, buddy.
Hope you're okay. And if
go check out Hudson Mohawk's new album. It literally came out like a week before this thing dropped. So go check out that album.
And love and respect to Hudson Mohawk as well, a great producer that
who surely got a good chortle out of this whole endeavor.
We could only hope so. We'll be back next week with a significantly less sexy episode of No Repeat.